Hi guys, welcome to day 1 of remote learning. Parents, I'm just going to go through our tasks like I do in the morning at school. Your kids should be able to follow along. I will do quick demonstrations of everything, but almost everything is something that your kiddos are used to, so it should be quite simple. Like I said in my first message, if you didn't make it to school, don't worry, everything can be done on paper with pencil, and your kiddos will be just fine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. Kids, what I'm gonna do is go through your morning jobs for language arts. So handwriting, spelling, phonics, and reading. And then after I've done kindergarten and firsties for that, we'll go right into math. And then there'll be an extra video that if your family is just looking for more to do, you can go ahead and watch that, and that'll be a little bit of history today. All right, here we go. So kinders, we're gonna start with you. First job, handwriting. You should have a page that looks like this. And it says, I like seeing my friends. So you're gonna write it one time in print, one time in cursive, your absolute neatest letters. Make sure you put your name at the top. Even though you're just showing it to mom and dad, we should still be practicing those names. It's the part of the year, parents, where we're really trying to learn sight words. So just make sure you point out words like I, like, and my to your kiddos. They should start recognizing those on sight and not having to sound them out. All right, second job, kinders, is your ed family. So if you look, all of these words end with ed, and that says ed. So you've got bed, fed, fred, led, ned, red, shed, sled, ted, and wed. Today you're gonna do the whole page. You only have 3 jobs, and the third one's reading. So take your time. I want you to write those words as neatly as you can, and then go ahead and color the ed on the end of each one. Then you're gonna come down here, you're gonna color your little pictures and find all the words that end with ed. So this is Ned. Ned has a Ted, short for Teddy. So go ahead and color all those words, color your pictures. The Teddy's name is Fred. You just get to color Fred today. And then you're going to cut and glue them in alphabetical order. So remember, that's following left to right, top to bottom. Okay, that's your second job. Your third job is your reading, and I have included all of your little books. If you didn't get to pick up your stuff, let me know and I will get you digital copies. In the email, I will make sure that all of you have the name of the book your child should read. For that, it is a great idea to have your child read it twice, so you can sound it out with them once and then maybe have them read it to a sibling or grandma on FaceTime, or just to themselves. But 2 read-throughs is really good because that helps them get more fluency with the reading. All right, kinders, those are your jobs for the morning. Firsties, you are going to be checking through your handwriting book. So this is the part of the year where we're gonna look through it, and then you'd actually get to take it home, but now you have it at home to start. So today you're gonna look through pages 30 to 50. Okay, so you're gonna start on 30, which looks like this. This is way back at the beginning when we did lowercase i's and lowercase u's. And you're just gonna go ahead, oh, it's just i's, just kidding. You're just gonna go ahead and check each page. Make sure that you caught anything that I had underlined for you to fix. If you missed any of these, this would be a good time to do it. So you start on 30 today and go to 50. So let's just pretend that when we learned lowercase k on page 39, you weren't there that day. If you have a blank page, now is a good time for you to go ahead and fill in that page. So I know 20 pages sounds like a lot, but we're just checking it, okay? We're not redoing all the pages. If there's a mistake you see that needs to be tightened up or made nicer, go ahead and do that. You can show it to your parents. And then, like I said, any blank pages you can go ahead and fill in now. Okay? And if you cruise through that, if you've been really neat in your handwriting and you don't have much to do, you can go back to the first part of the book, which we never did, which would just be a review of your print letters. So, for example, if you go back to page 14, you could work on print Q, print R, and go ahead and fill that out. All right, that is your first job. Your second job is spelling. Now, you don't have a buddy to do it with this week, so today, all that I want you to do, and I will include these in the email as well, is copy your words. So here are your words this week. Down, notice the ow sound, O-W, did, and get. Pretty easy peasy. And then our sound that we're working on is the oo sound. So you have moon, room, tooth, boot, and igloo. write each of those 3 times nicely on a piece of paper, lined, plain, doesn't matter, 3 times so that you're ready to start practicing them more tomorrow. That's your second job. Your third job is a page called Long A, Short A. And I don't have a copy of it, but I'll show you on my whiteboard quickly what it looks like. So it has 2 columns. One has long A words and one has short A words. And if you notice, so there's a long A, a short A, your name goes at the top. It will have a word and then it will have a box next to it. So on the, oh, this is backwards. This would be the short A side, okay? So can, you'd sound it out, and then you're going to draw a can and color it, please. So in the box next to the word can, you're going to draw a can and then color it. So you could draw a pop can or a soup can, any kind of can that's the cylinder you want, okay? Then you're gonna go to the long A side and you'll see words like cane. So there's an E making the A say A. You're gonna go ahead and take a crayon and color, I'm not gonna do it because I have only black, color the A and color the E because those two are working together to make the long A sound. And then you can draw a cane. Okay, or you might see, I'll just make one up that's not on there, tail. Okay, so we would go ahead and color the A and the I because they're making the A sound, and then you could draw a dog's tail. That's a silly tail, but you get the idea. So that is your page. Short A, read it, draw it, color it. Long A, same thing. Make sure you color the letters that make the A sound. All right, that is your third job, and then your fourth job is reading. Parents, all of our first graders have met end of year levels at this point, so right now it's just about building fluency. So you can take any book in your house, or if you checked one out at the school, and just go ahead and have them sit down and read it for about 15 minutes. They can read to you, to a sibling, or to themselves, but please encourage them if they get stuck on anything to come ask you for help. All right, that is morning work. So that is all of our literacy. Now I'm going to quickly go through math, okay? I was looking around my house for things that you could use for this first game. This is a game your kiddo could play by themselves. They might have more fun playing with a sibling or with you. I don't know how much time you have for that kind of thing right now, but if you have time, it would be great. So this is called Roll a Tower. You're just going to need a dice. I pulled mine out of a Yahtzee game here at home. And you're going to take turns with your partner rolling it 3 times. So if I roll my first time and I get a 1, I just got some old stamps that I had laying around. So I'm going to stack up 1 of my first one. Now, I was looking for something different colors. If we were in the classroom, I'd say use red first, use blue second, and use yellow third so you can see the 3 separate groups. I'll show you why that's important in a second. So I would roll the first part of my tower. I got a 1. My partner would go. I would roll again. I got another 1. Not very exciting rolls for me. So if you look, I have my first part, then I take my second one, building my tower. My partner would go, and then I would take a third roll. This time I got 6. So I'm going to stack those up. This is going to be a little bit of a balancing act for me. Sorry about this. I'm not a YouTube master. Okay. So I've got my 6 on top of my other 2. Now we're going to turn this into a math equation. So on a piece of paper, you can just write down your first time was a 1, second time was a 1, and then a 6. So you would stack those up neatly and then add them up. Now this one's not going to be very exciting because I already can count up quickly. 6 plus 1 is 7 plus 1 is 8. So that one's not very hard. Let's pretend for a moment that I had rolled a 3, a 5, and a 5. Okay, so if this is my equation, what I want you to start doing, especially firsties, is to look for things that you can add together. So you should already know that 5 plus 5 is 10, and then you can go 10 plus 3, and that makes 13. Kinders, since you might not be ready to add up all the numbers in groups, you can just go ahead and do dots. So 3 dots, 5 dots, 5 dots, and then you're going to count your dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. you should have ended up with the same answer. So you could play this, I would say, at least 5 rounds each, just so you get a nice try of adding those together. First graders, that will take you into your page for today, which is a fun page called Early Birds. So if you look, it has just a bunch of problems that you can do, adding 3 numbers together. So if I look here, my first one, 8 plus 2 plus 3. I should recognize that 8 plus 2 makes 10, and then 3 more would make 13. So that would be my answer. If I look at the next one, I have, actually let's skip to this one. You guys should know this. 3 plus 6 plus 6. If you look in there, you should be able to say, I know 6 plus 6 is 12, and then count up 3 more. So parents, this should be pretty quick for them, but if you just check in with them and see if they're adding 2 numbers before they do the third. All right, and then kinders, when you're done playing the tower game, if you want some extra practice, you can start working on doubles facts. So I just got out a standard box of cards, and you can get rid of all the picture cards, jacks, queens, and kings, and just use ace through 9. And what you'll do, kinders, is grab a card. So I grabbed a 5, and then I'm going to turn that on a piece of paper again into a doubles fact. And I would say, let's try 5 of these. So I would say 5 plus 5, and some of you might have already learned the Firsty song and know that that equals 10. Or again, you could draw your dots and count them up. Okay? So quick recap, do it super fast. Kinders, your morning jobs are handwriting page, your ed family, and then reading. First graders, your morning jobs are pages 30 to 50 in handwriting. You're writing down your spelling words 3 times, your long A, short A page, and then reading for 15 minutes. And then when you get to math, you can play the tower game either by yourself or with someone in your family. And then firsties, that will take you to your early bird page in math. And kinders, you can play doubles with cards. All right, have a lovely remote learning day. I'll see you tomorrow.